Hello, I'm serious about Rugby League. I'd have a quick look at the relegation odds. We did a little feature a couple of weeks ago on the odds to win Super League and the grand final, but there weren't anything for relegation. But the lads at Sport and Eggs are priced this up. We might know them more as a spread betting firm, but they also have odds, fixed odds on the website now. So the odds and the lads there priced this up for us. It's available on their website too for you to back. They've got Rovers and Huddersfield Giants, both 7-2 joint favourites to finish bottom. I mean, obviously we don't know if they're going to get relegated. You know what it's like. The league structure can change at any minute. But they've got. I'm quite surprised about that. I think probably Huddersfield have probably signed a little bit better than Hull Kingston Rovers since the end of the season. I think I'll probably myself will probably go 3-1 Rovers and 4-1 for the Giants. I mean, I do think they're probably the two most looking likely at this stage. But I think that 7-2 for Rovers looks quite decent value at the minute. I think as the winter goes on, I think that probably could come in. I think they might see some money for that. I mean, the other two, the next two, Wakefield and then Toronto. Wakefield at 4-1, Toronto at 5-1. Obviously, Wakefield, another team, had to win on the last day of the season to guarantee being safe. I'm not so sure. I think they might be okay. They tend to do okay at home. As for Toronto, I think I can't see it. I mean, obviously they're going to sign big, so the Sonny Bill Williams has been muted. Obviously, you need a squad. It's more than there'll be more than a one-man team. But I just think we see that team used to struggle going over to France to play the Catalans. I think that's going to be tenfold for seeing them go to Toronto and how they're going to manage that logistically. And I think the Catalans used to struggle from going 1 week in France, 1 week in England, but it looks like Toronto are going to have 2-3 maybe games in a row at home. So I think that's really going to help them out. Like I said, they've got a good strong squad. They've got a manager who knows all about Super League as well. So I don't see Toronto. I think Toronto look about mid-table for me. Salford 5-1. That's quite interesting. Obviously they were the grand final last year, but they have lost a lot of players. There's a lot of turnover. I think they're going to be tight. I think really going to split opinion this over the course of the winter. Salford. I think 5-1. To finish bottom, I can't really see it. I think the squad still looks okay. They've made some decent signings. I mean, okay, they've lost the Man of Steel. They've lost Josh Jones. For me, probably their two best players last year. But at 5-1, I'd want a lot more than that for Salford. I think there'll be people thinking they're going to make the playoffs. For me, I'm looking at about 5-7 for Salford. And it's an interesting bit of value here. You've got Catalans and Leeds 20-1 to finish bottom. Well, for me, Catalans, they've not done great the last couple of years. They started really well last season. And really tailed off at the end. And funny enough, the year before was quite the opposite, wasn't it? They had a really terrible start and come good to manage to avoid relegation and actually get to Wembley, win the cup final. But I don't know, something's not right there. I mean, they've signed Mahoney, it's a fantastic signing, but they just don't get this coming over every other week. They don't seem to manage it. I don't see why they don't do what Toronto probably will do. I think that could be an option for them now. I can't see how they can let Toronto do that and not let Catalans do that. But I think 20-1 is good value for Catalans to finish bottom. And obviously Leeds struggled last year. I think I do think the Rhinos will probably improve this year. But I mean 20-1, that's quite big. It's the same price as Castleford. I think by Castleford now, I think the squad Castleford have got. I think I can't. I don't see. I still think Castleford will finish ahead of Leeds this season. So, but they're both 20-1 finish bottom. I don't see Castleford anywhere near that. I mean Castleford look a lot for the top 5 for me. Then they've got the big outsides. You've got Hull at 40-1. I mean, obviously, Hull have signed some absolute monsters next year. You think this is the year they're really going to have to push. I mean, they've got to have a real go at the grand final. Done well in the cup over the last few years, but they've not managed to do it in the league. And I think this has to be the year for FC. If they're ever going to do it, it has to be now. Then obviously they've got the 3 rags. But I mean, here's one for you. I mean, I'll give you a bit of a little bit. I've never really told this before, but you've got the 3 Wigan, Wire, and Saints, both 200 to all 3 are 200-1 to finish bottom. I mean, that's just too big for me. I mean, Warrington were in the middle 8 3 years ago. 2 years ago, Wigan just avoided the middle 8. I think they went on a 12-game losing run under Sean Wayne. 200. I mean, with this salary cap system, all you need is a few players out, and anything can happen. I mean, I'll give you a bit. But I've never told this, but last year, just before the season started, when Wigan got the deduction, I backed them at 450-1 to finish bottom. And obviously, come April, I think it was towards the end of April, they played Old KR. If they'd lost that, they'd have been bottom. I mean, it won't happen. Those 3 will be in the top 5 as they always are. But I think 200-1's way too big. Obviously, St Helens. I mean, I've already said on other program. I think they'll win the league again for me. But them odds. But like for me, I think if I had to pick out a bit of value there, I'll probably look at Catalans at 20-1 finish bottom. It's just they just don't seem to get this coming over here and going back over there week to week. They think they would master that by now. But we'll see. But like I say, so we've got Rovers at 7-2 with the Giants, Wakefield at 4-1, Toronto at 5-1 with Salford, Catalans and Leeds with Castleford at 20-1, Hull at 40-1, Wigan, Saints and Warrington all 200-1. Like I say, it's Sporting Index. If you just go, like I say, they're spread betting firm, but they do fixed odds now and the price is up. So fair play to the lads there. I think the others will probably have to follow suit now. We'll see you again soon. Cheers. Ta-da.